Okay, guys. So today's class, it's about attention. Um, Drishti. In yoga, we use the Sanskrit word that the drishti means basically your focal point, your attention. So it's very important when you come to your mat, right? Allow your attention to create, to color your experience. So if you notice that, your attention is going to what's wrong, perhaps in your body, on your mat, or if you're taking a community class, you're paying attention to what your neighbor is doing, right? That really defeats the purpose, right? Yoga is about what's happening internally. So today I invite you to notice, to cultivate that sense of stillness, awareness, and so you can slow down not just the mind but also the body, right? Because this is just a preparation to being able to sit in stillness. Or if you enjoy, meditating, that's basically why we do yoga. So just be aware, right? So notice where your attention goes today. And where attention goes, that's normally where energy flows. So let's come to a child's pose. I want you to rest your forehead either on the floor or you can stack your palms, use a block, but make contact of your forehead to something. Maybe just rock your head from side to side. If your mind is busy and wondering if you need to get rid of that chatter, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Again, breathe in and breathe out. One more cleansing breath, filling up the lungs. Audible exhale. Now take your right arm under the left, like when you thread the needle, slide the right arm under the left. Now lift your palm here, press your finger pads on the ground, your fingertips. So you are activating through this arm here. Allow the sits bones to get heavy towards your heels. And really tune into the breath. Notice each inhale and exhale. If the mind is wandering right now, maybe even close your eyes for a few breaths here. So you can go in. Come back to center, lengthen a little bit more through the spine, and then switch sides. Again, activate through that right arm. Press the finger pads on the ground. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose. And if you feel ready, come back to center. And then shift yourself into a tabletop. Stack shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, and start to move through cat and cow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Again, breathe in and breathe out. As you start to add more volume and texture to your breath, start to move a little bit more organically here. Invite any movements to your body that feels right at this moment. You can move small or big, slow, fast. And then find a neutral spine here. So keeping your sits bones nice and high, tone the belly, walk your hands forward. Your hands can be as wide as your sticky mat, shoulder width. Let the chest release, let the forehead release to the floor, a prop. Wake up your arms as you spread your fingers nice and wide. Let your chest relax towards the floor. Breathe into the armpits. And then press your forearms, shift forward to your Sphinx pose. Tone the legs here, point the toes back, press your forearms actively on the floor. Breathe. Notice the low back, the shoulders. Bring awareness into the upper body right now. And then slowly release. Stretch your left arm out to the side. Wishbone pose. Rest your right foot on the ground. Your right hand can be in front of your chest, or you can reach your arm up and back. Think as if you're going to lace the fingers here. It may or may not happen. You can even just work on the half bind. Breathe here for 2 more. Again, notice where your attention goes right now. Notice where you feel sensation, whether it's good or bad. Not bad, but I should say uncomfortable. And mindfully come back to center. Extend your right arm out to the side. Give yourself time to transition, right? The transitions also matters. We always want to move with intention, with attention, or what we say, devotion, right? This is your time to clear space, whether physically, emotionally, in your mind. It's about self-care, self-love. Two more breaths. Notice where you can soften a bit more. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, our neck, our back. So use this opportunity to cultivate a little bit more, find a little bit more freedom. Good, and come back to your belly. Press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Paddle the feet, invite movements into the body here if it feels right. But when we talk about attention, we also need to be mindful that we don't press the autopilot button, right? Sometimes we come to the mat or any type of workout, physical movement, and you just keep going. So remember, today is really to be the observer here. Walk your feet forward slowly. Keep your feet hip width apart. Press your hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bow. Shake your head yes and no. Open and close your mouth. Big breath in. Draw the navel towards the spine. Relax your toes. And slowly release. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale to rise. Right hand catches your left wrist. Reach up and over to the right. Adding a little side stretch here. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your knees softened here. Now slowly start to bend your knees, reaching your hands towards the floor. Sweep your hands and come up into the other side here. Press firmly through the feet. One more breath. back to center. Lace your fingers behind your back. Loop the shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale, rinse your knuckles, fold. Let your knuckles face the sky. Maybe come over the head. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release your hands and step your left foot back. Reach your right arm to the sky. Open twist. Reach the right arm over your ear. Frame your right foot. Step back to plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take a cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, release, downward dog. So we're going to start to add a little bit of movement here, right? Linking breath to movement as we flow. Remember to always set the rhythm. Allow the breath to set the rhythm for this moment. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, rise. Right hand to left wrist. Reach up and over. Maybe start to shift the weight towards your right foot. Come to your left big toe or raise your foot off the ground. Standing legs strong, trust yourself. Again, find your drishti. So today, because we're focusing on attention, there will be a lot of balancing involved. Inhale, come back. Switch your hands. Exhale, reach up and over to the left. Again, either just stay on your big toe or float that foot. Keep the shoulders squared. Untuck your chin. Breathe back to center. Lace the fingers one more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Shake your head yes and no. Open and close your mouth. Allow the spine to get nice and long. Release your hands to the floor. Step back plank. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down. Cobra or upward dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Raise your left arm, open twist. Frame your foot, take your right foot to meet your left. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes. So lift your heels off the ground, engage through the legs, relax the shoulders. Open twist to the right. See if you can keep your hips squared. The tendency will be for the left hip to follow that right arm. Inhale back to center. Open twist to the left. Good, inhale, reach. Exhale, diver's pose. Keep lifting your heels. Lengthen through the spine. Sit low chair pose. Just bring your arms in front of you, but plug your shoulders into the sockets here. Shift your weight towards your heels and fold. Breathe in, lengthen. As you breathe out, step your left foot back once again. Raise your right arm to the sky. Frame your foot. Plant your left heel on the ground. Rise, warrior one. I want you to cactus your arms here. Keep your hips nice and square. Feel that right heel pressing on the ground. You want to wake up your leg. You want to engage your hamstring. Keep your chest open. Take one more breath here. And then frame your foot. You can flow or just step back back to downward dog. Step your left foot forward. First open twist. Frame your left foot, plant your right heel. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, cactus your arms. So find stillness here. Tap into the power of the pose, the power of the breath. And again, notice where your attention goes. One more breath here. Frame your foot, step back plank, take your flow, or press back downward dog. Take a back bend of your choice. Move with intention. We meet in downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of your mat. Big breath in, slow breath out. Inhale, rise. Lift your heels off the ground. Again, just find stability here first. And then slowly open twist. Really challenge yourself by gazing towards that back hand. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, diver's pose. So, just notice here. Sit low chair pose. Some days, the balance is just not there. So it's about being okay with what's available to us. As we move towards the stillness, towards, slowing down. And then slowly fold. Breathe and lengthen. Breathe out, step your left foot back. Inhale, raise your right arm. Open a little bit more. Frame your right foot, plant your left heel. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, place the fingers behind your back. Big breath in. Exhale, fold, humble warrior. Let your neck relax here. Relax your jaw. Shift your gaze towards that back heel as you continue to square your hips. One more breath. Rinse those knuckles away from the spine just a little bit more. Release your hands to the floor, straighten your front leg, friends. You may need to adjust that back heel forward a little bit more. Make sure both heels are flat on the ground. Allow the torso to drape over your right leg. Try to soften as much as you can into the back of the leg. Listen to the breath. Now walk your hands towards the long side of your sticky mat. So your feet are parallel to each other. Your big toes are slightly in. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold here. Your hands can rest on the floor, your ankles, a block. Use this opportunity to slow down, to find stillness, to appreciate the stillness. Breathe deeply into the back body. Allow the spine to get long. I was actually reflecting today. There's this saying that says, you are only as young as your spine is flexible. And it's true. So keeping, our body
like lubricating the joints. Think as if, you know, our body is our vehicles, right? So just like our cars, it requires maintenance, right, and care. Take a big breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hips to the left. So we're turning to the other direction now. Keep your right hand on the ground. Inhale, raise your left arm, open twist. Find a little more sensation here. Frame your left foot, plant your right heel. Inhale, rise, Vera 1. Lace your fingers, take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Humble warrior. When we find stillness and we are able to go into that peaceful, quiet space within ourselves, we're able to listen and to trust our inner guidance, right? Our wisdom. Whether you need to make a decision or choose, right? It could be anything really. But sometimes, you know, when in life you just, the chatter, the noise, it's too much, it's overwhelming. So think about clearing space. Good. Slowly release your hands, extend that front leg. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Reconnect. Keep that soft bend on your knees, but make sure your legs are nice and strong. And always engaging where it's necessary and softening where you can. Soften through the shoulders a bit more. Notice if you start to grip the toes or the fingers. Final one. Inhale. Soften a bit more as you exhale. Turn all 10 toes towards the long side of your sticky mat. We're gonna fold here one more time. We're gonna turn the fingertips towards the wall behind you, so towards your heels, and then walk your hands away from you. See if you can keep your legs fairly straight here, but if you feel too much tension in your low back or your hamstrings, bend your knees as much as you need. Send your breath into that low back. Create space. One more. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot. Step back, plank. Move like you. Open your heart. We meet in downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, make your way to the top of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to rise. Hands to the heart center. All right, we're gonna work a little with a little Garudasana, standing balancing pose. Take an inhale, reach your arms out and up. As you exhale, take your right elbow under the left. So you can bring your palms to touch or just the back of the hands work as well. Sit low like in the chair. Lift your right heel and then really draw your knee towards your chest. Wrap it around. Good. Now, make sure your knee comes towards the center here. You want to square the hips. breathe. Challenge yourself, right? We're stacking all major joints here. See if you can relax the tops of your shoulders, your hip flexors. Sit an inch lower. Squeeze those legs together. Twist your legs like ropes. One more breath here. And slowly release. Inhale. Exhale. All right, let's go right to the other side. Big breath in. Exhale, take your left elbow under. Sit low. Lift your right heel. Draw your knee towards the chest. Wrap it around. Your big toe can be on the floor here. Now square the hips. So bring your knees to the left, right? Keep your hips squared. Find your drishti, your focal point, something preferably that's not moving. How's your breath? Sit a little deeper. One more. And slowly release. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Thank yourself for the effort. Breathe in. And breathe out, fold. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot back. Reach your right arm to the sky. Frame your foot. Take your left heel to the ground. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. Cactus your arms. Take your left elbow under. Take a big breath in here. Now turn to the ball of your back foot. So we're in a high lunge. You're going to slowly find warrior three. If this is too much for your shoulders, if your balance is off today, you can always extend your arms behind you or bring the hands to the heart center. Wake up your legs, reach those fingertips forward, relax the shoulders. One more breath here. Come back to your high lunge. Inhale. Extend your right leg, exhale. Slowly fold once again. You can bring that back heel to the ground. Fold a little deeper here. Turn all 10 toes towards the long side of your sticky mat. We're gonna add a little twist. So keep your right hand under the face, either fingertips or palm can be flat. Raise your left arm. And slowly release, switch sides. Make sure you're not shifting the weight all the way to the heels. And slowly release. Now, so before we walked our hands behind the legs, now we're gonna walk the hands in front of the legs. So we stretch your spine here, lengthen through the spine, stretch your back. Think about reaching in opposite directions. So just like your downward dog arms, right? Spread your fingers wide. Maybe you can place your hands in blocks if that's easier for you, or stay on your fingertips. But as your hands reach forward, your weight, your sits bones are reaching back, so the weight is on your heels. Let your head hang. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, inhale, exhale. Walk your hands back to center, big breath in. Exhale, walk your hands towards your left foot. Open twist to your left. Frame your foot, plant your right heel. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Always allow yourself to fully arrive at your pose. Cactus your arms, take your right elbow under. Now turn to the ball of that back heel. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, Warrior 3. Keep reaching in opposite direction so your right heel kicks back, your fingertips reach forward. Keep your chest nice and open, draw the belly in. Slowly come back to your high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, extend that front leg, take your hands to your hips. Slowly you're gonna hinge at the hips. Take your hands to the floor, adjust your feet if you need. And fold. Take 3 breaths here. Let your torso drape over the legs. And then slowly walk all 10 toes here towards the long side of your mat. We're gonna move a little bit from side to side, working in Skandasana. So you can just do a baby movements here, just tiny bend on your knee and move from side to side, or you can go a little deeper. Take 1 breath and then slowly switch sides, really getting a little bit deeper into this side lunge. Depends on how your hips are feeling today, so be kind to yourself, listen to your body. If there's one side you feel like hanging there a little bit longer, please do so, honor yourself. All right, now, as you come back to center, walk your hands towards your right foot. Step your left foot to meet your right. Bring your feet to touch. Your hands are gonna be about shoulder width apart. We're gonna fly, we're gonna work with crow. So with crow pose, your hands, you want them to be shoulder width or a little bit wider. Lift your gaze. So remember, today's all about the gaze. It's focus, right? Lift your knees into the armpits or into your triceps. Now shift your weight forward into the finger pads. Claw your fingers into your sticky mat. Engage your belly, lift your gaze. That's where your body's gonna follow. Maybe you take 1 or both feet off the ground and remember to breathe. One more. And release. Stay on the balls of your feet here. Open your knees wide. And then slowly round your spine for this variation of Malasana. One more. Slowly come to sit. We're gonna add a little bit of core work, nothing too crazy here. So bring your shins parallel to the ceiling, or you can keep your heels on the ground. We're gonna take a little bit of a boat pose Navasana here. You're gonna add a few twists. So you're gonna twist to your left to bring your elbow towards the floor, come back to center and then to the right. Do this 2 more times. Keep lifting your chest. Last one. Come back to center, reach your arms, take a big breath in. Exhale to low boat. Lift your shoulders and feet off the ground. You're gonna flutter the legs here. So crisscross. Keep lifting the shoulders. Relax your neck for 3, 2, 1. And release. Reach your arms overhead. Plant your feet hip width apart, parallel to each other. Make sure you can find your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, lift for bridge pose. We have a few breaths here. Press equally through your feet. As you puff your chest towards your chin, take your chin away from your chest. Lift a little higher. And slowly lower your upper back, mid back, hips down to the ground. Windshield wipe the legs a little bit. You're gonna start to rock and roll here. The length of your spine, you're gonna 3 to 5. On your last one, you're gonna cross your legs, plank your palms, hop back into a plank pose and move through your flow. Take a cobra or upward dog, press up and back, downward facing dog. Raise your right leg to the sky, step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Square off the hips, relax the shoulders. Open twist to your right. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms here. Take your left elbow under the right. All right, focus your attention here. Transfer the weight to your right foot. Draw your left knee with you. Sit nice and low. Wrap your leg. Garudasana. So we've done this pose before. This is all familiar to you. Just trust that your body knows what to do. Remember, we always have the answers. We already have everything that we need. We just need to trust, to listen. Slowly uncross your leg. Go back into the warrior 3. One breath here. Slowly plant your left heel on the ground. Warrior 1 this time. Straighten your leg. Now, I want you to lace the fingers behind your back or grab your elbows with opposite hands. Big breath in. Hinge at the hips, fold. One more breath. Release your bind. Walk your hands towards the long side of your sticky mat. Bend your right knee here. Find Skandasana. We have 3 breaths, so you can always sit on the block. You can keep the hands on the floor. Flex those toes. One more breath here. Work towards keeping your chest open. I know it's not always easy. And slowly straighten your legs. Walk your hands towards your left foot. Make sure you stay on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, open twist. Come back to center. Inhale. Cactus your arms. Exhale. Take your right elbow under left. We're going to go into that Garudasana. Draw your right knee with you. Bend your left knee. Wrap your leg around. So work towards keeping the shoulders over the hips here, like you had a wall behind you and you want to touch your entire back. Slowly unwrap the legs only. Find warrior 3. Lift the sternum, square off the hips. Find warrior 1. So plant your back heel, inhale. Straighten your front leg, exhale. Hinge at the hips, fold. 3 breaths. Actually, we're supposed to bind on this side, so either lace the fingers or grab your elbows. Listen to your breath. Listen to the body. Release your hands. Turn all 10 toes towards the long side of your mat. Now bend your left knee into that Skandasana. Remember, you can always use a prop, sit on a block, especially if you have one side that's a little bit cranky. That's the case with my left side. Keep your chest open. One more. Slowly release. Walk your hands towards your right foot. Step back to plank. Take your flow or just press back, downward dog. Take your knees to the floor, child's pose. Give yourself permission here to relax for a moment, to check in. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up with a little inversion time. So I always like, to offer some variations, or, if you know already what your body's calling you for, you can do that. So we're gonna do one round of dolphin pose, which, it helps a lot to build that upper body strength, and it's also a preparation for a headstand. So if you have headstand, always feel free to go ahead and bring your legs up. We try to hold, inversions for about 10 breaths. Otherwise, we take a few breaths in dolphin pose and then we set up for headstand. So bring your forearms to the ground. I like to spread my fingers. Some people like to lace their fingers, so see where you are today. First thing, relax your neck here and walk your feet forward. Press through your forearms. Engage through the upper back. Tone your belly. And release. Wrap your arms by the sides of your body here. Rock your head from side to side. Massage that third eye, your wisdom, intuition, clear vision. You can always do dolphin pose. Once again, if you want to add a little bit more challenge, you can raise one leg, hold it for 2 to 3 breaths, and then switch sides. Try to keep your legs straight and your hips nice and squared. If you want to go into headstand, you're going to bring your forearms to the floor just like dolphin, and you're going to lace the fingers, creating a little basket. But when you place your hands on the floor, make sure your head doesn't go on top. The head comes right in front of the hand, right? So the hands are going to be like a little break. So make sure your elbows are not wider than the shoulders. Lace the fingers. If you want to move towards the wall, do that. Bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Curl the toes under. Walk your feet forward. Maybe this is where you stay today, my friends. No kicking, right? No momentum. Be careful with your neck. Otherwise, you can always tuck one knee in. Lift your hips a little bit more and play with just hovering that big toe off the ground. Maybe you tuck both knees here. Hold it here. Don't get too excited and try to extend your legs right away. Maybe slowly you reach your legs up towards the sky. Wake up your toes. Squeeze your legs together. Take your time. Whenever you're done, find a resting pose. Observe. And then whenever you're ready, you're gonna find a seated position. Extend your legs in front of you. First, we're gonna twist. So you're gonna cross your left leg over the right. Take your right elbow outside your left knee and twist. Sit nice and tall. Flex your toes. Press the left big toe on the ground. Twist a little more. And slowly release. Take a counter twist. And switch sides. Plant your right foot. Hold your left elbow. 3 breaths here. And mindfully release. Take your counter twist. Now extend both legs in front of you. Rock your hips back a little bit. Always feel free to bend your knees generously if you need. Take an inhale, reach up. Let your heart lead the way as you fold. Slow down the breath. Slow down the body. As we move through this cooling part of class, giving the time and giving the body time and permission to just receive, to absorb. Two more. Walk your hands back slowly. You're going to come down to your backs. Hug your knees in. Make sure your entire spine is on the ground, so keep your back nice and long here. Extend your left leg on the floor, or you can bend your knee as well. See where you are today. With the leg extended, it's a little bit more intense. Then lace the fingers either at the belly of the hamstring or more towards the calf here. But make sure the shoulder blades are relaxed on the ground. You can draw circles here and stretch your ankle. Walk the hands a little bit higher. Now bend your right knee here. Take a half happy baby. Be very active. So you can hold your ankle here or the edge of your foot. So I'm drawing that knee towards the floor and pressing my foot out towards the sky. Either holding your foot, binding the big toe, or keeping the hand under the leg. Extend your leg out to the side. Make sure you don't roll with that leg. And slowly come back to center and release your leg down to the floor. Now raise your left leg to the sky. So again, either at the belly of the hamstring or a little bit higher. Use each breath here to allow you to soften a bit more into the shape. Maybe walk the hands a little bit higher. Now slowly start to transition into the half happy baby. Either binding your big toe, or you can always hold under the leg, open your leg out to the side. Slowly come back to center. Hug both knees in. Wrap your forearms around your shin. Say something kind to yourself. And release for Shavasana, extending your legs as wide as your sticky mat. Extend your arms sideways, adjust your shoulders here. And just slow down, pause, breathe. No more efforts, just receiving. Let go of the poses, let go of the deep breath work. Appreciate the peace and the pause.
Start to deepen your breath, your awareness. As you breathe life back into fingers and toes. Invite your knees in. Either roll to your favorite side or rock yourself to a seat. Bring shoulders over hips, lift your heart, bring hands to the heart center. You can close your eyes or find a soft gaze. As you take a moment to be the observer, just noticing that mind-body breath connection. As you remind yourself that there's no separation. Thanking yourself for showing up to cultivate stillness, awareness, so you can trust that inner guidance, finding that light that will illuminate your path. May you have peace, may you be happy, may you be free. From my heart to yours, Namaste.